Hey Wonder Girls, this is Wonder A again and Luis again. So today we're doing something different. We're gonna be, well, not different actually, we're going back to what we used to do. We're gonna be doing the coding once again, but it's gonna be a twist to it. It's gonna be a little bit more funner and it's gonna be a little bit more open for you girls to like find out what the program is really all about. Let's get started with our activity, yeah?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so our activity, like I said, it's gonna be coding, but this time there's a small twist to it because I wanted to add the small twist to Luis because he added a small twist to what I had to do. So since I had to do something dealing with Frozen, he is gonna have to do a code dealing with Frozen as well. So, Luis, show us how it's done.
Okay, so we'll start off in the main website again, Google, and then we'll go ahead and type code.org, and I'll go ahead and spacebar, and then I'll go ahead and click enter. We'll go to code.org. Now, once you get here, you want to go to projects. And then you're gonna want to see, all this.
How about signing in? Didn't we sign in last time?
Yes, I can go ahead and sign in. So, for example, for me, I don't have an account, so I will need to create one. So, I believe they already had made an account, right?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Yes, so you girls have your own accounts. Like I said, for whenever we did the last one, you girls should have written it down somewhere, or maybe you don't remember, but your parent or guardian does. So make sure that you girls ask if you girls are gonna do that, or if you girls don't remember your login, and then let's get to it.
Let me just go ahead, a teacher. I'll go student, fine. Yes, I am, no.
Luis, were you not watching when we did it with Cassie? She explained all of the signing up process.
I wasn't here for that.
Rookie mistake.
I should definitely watch the video. Okay, so now once you're here, you can see all the stuff that you can work on. So once you're in your dashboard, you can go up to the very bottom and you can see that I can start a new project in different tabs, right? So like you said, you want to challenge me, so we'll go ahead and click on view full list, and we go to Frozen. Should be right there.
Frozen! So you girls are more than welcome to pause the video and explore around the page and then look at the other ones. Each one is different. And right now we're gonna work with the Frozen one, so show us what you got, Luis.
Okay, so on the Frozen one, we noticed that they were struggling a little bit when they were making the game. So I think what we need to do is go a little bit back to basics. So essentially, Cass made a game, very fun. I saw and I heard it was very fun. Never got to play it. So I just kind of want to go back to Frozen because Frozen, but essentially it's very simple, and I want to just go ahead and show the importance of knowing what you're coding. So right here you go to actions, and you have very basic commands for also actually. So let's say I want to make her go forward, right? So I can go ahead and drag the block and then put it underneath where it says when run. So when run means that whenever I click the button run, anything below it will start working.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
So it's something very basic, for example, and she moves pixels. She's actually scraping. So let's say I want her to maybe move backwards. I can go ahead and make it move backwards. So when you reset, it'll put it back to the beginning point, and from there you can just run it and she moves backwards. So another neat thing that I found out is, let's say, you know what, I kind of would like Anna. So instead of having Elsa, you go ahead and click set character, you put it underneath it, and then click run, and now you have Anna.
That's so cool. So see girls, he found that out because he was exploring around the website. So like I said, you're more than welcome to explore around, check out what the website has in store for you girls, because it might look like a simple website, but it actually has so many options, so many different colors, so many different things she can do, so many different little things everywhere.
Yes, it does. And like I said, Frozen is one of the more easier side, but it's very, very fun. So let's go ahead and make a, you know what? Let's make her go around a full square. We can do that.
Okay.
It'll take a little bit, but if we can just go ahead and do that.
Wait, but if she goes around the whole square, it wouldn't be going around. She's not going in a circle, so it's not round. It would be going a square.
Yeah, in a way, you're right. No, you're actually really right. So I'll make her go not around.
A square.
Yeah, it should be square.
Square.
Okay, so for example, right here, I'm just gonna go ahead and do something very basic. So the thing about when it comes to coding, you want to take it step by step. So I know where forward, how the distance of forward. So, and I know my rotation, which is 90 degrees. So that's something that you can also test out. So right now I want to test it out. I have 3 blocks, so I want to see what it does.
Oh.
So she's get it. So maybe let's say I want to make her go a little bit less here. So I can make it 50 and that'll be half of where she's going.
So if you girls are not too sure what each of the little blocks do, you can you're more than welcome to run it and then see what she does.
Yes, and that's the greatest thing about it. Like if you take it step by step, let's say I don't want to have to move forward, I can see where exactly it's gonna end. So right there, my last block is turned right, so I know that's the last thing she did.
Oh, okay.
So that's the neat thing about this program, is you can test it one by one. So now, for example, let's say I want to make her go forward. Now I can run it, and now that I added that.
Oh, rectangle.
So we said we were gonna make her go around the actual.
A circle. Yes. I mean, not a circle, a square. We were gonna go.
Yeah, square, you know. But let's say, you know, I wanna do a couple of things. You can also go ahead and like even make a jump.
A jump.
Yes. So check
Oh.
this out. Oh, she
She jumped out of the screen.
Yeah, but let's say I were to make her jump, she's gonna skip over that portion. So whenever she moves forward, she leaves a little line. But you see when she jumps,
because she jumped.
yeah, because she ice skated.
Oh, okay. Huh. I don't remember Anna having ice skates during the movie, but I guess that makes sense.
And we can make her go right.
Because for a square, you have to keep going the same direction. So you can either go left, 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 or right, 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 right.
Yes, exactly. And we can, like I said, one by one, we can take it. You see, it's starting to. But the problem, do you notice that there's a little gap?
Yeah, where she jumped?
Yeah. So instead of that, I'm gonna have to change it. So right here, I can just delete, click on the block, and then click backspace to delete it. And then from there, we can reset it. Okay, it's starting to, right?
Yeah.
So this might look more of a rectangle. Like, do you see the
It
shape?
definitely looks more like a rectangle, yes.
So either I can do 2 things. Either we keep it as a rectangle, or we add more on the turn to make it more of a square. What do you think?
Yes, a square.
Square, okay. So we know that the problem is this line at the bottom, right? It's a little bit
Thinner than the other one?
thin, yeah. So we want to make it more.
Yeah.
So
Because, I mean, square sides are all the same length. And if
Exactly.
one length is off, then it's no longer a square. It's either a rectangle or a weird shape.
of course, so instead we'll make sure that each one is 100. And when we reset it,
Oh, okay, there we go. Now it's starting to look like a square.
yeah. Because like you said, all square house, all the sides are the same. So on the previous program, I had one forward 50 pixels. So that meant it was a lot shorter.
So, can't I just copy and paste what I did? Since I'm just gonna be putting the same code in how many times? 3
Yes.
times? 4 times?
Yes, actually you can just go ahead and click, let's say I want to have this block and then shift Oh, it does not work like that. But I can just copy. Just like in the Thinkercad, I can just Control C and then put it at the very bottom. Paste.
Oh, okay, and then you drag it. Oh, okay. So the code doesn't work unless it fits in like the piece puzzle. So at the bottom of each code, you have a little loop at the bottom, and it's so that you can attach each code to the next one. And like I said, your code is not gonna work unless it is attached to that code, because it's connecting the words. It's making a sentence so that the code knows what you're saying. Because if you say you don't know what I said, but I just said I like apples, and what brings it together is that little loop there. So of course.
Yeah. No. And now you have a perfect square.
Awesome.
Now, talking about loops, we can actually, you see how we have a lot of blocks?
Yeah.
Well, you're right on that sense, is that it's the same program running. So instead here, you can just add a loop.
Oh.
So a loop essentially is going to repeat the same thing however many times I want it to. So let's say I were to put it here, right? I want it to repeat 4 times, right? Because it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So I go ahead and move this program right here, but it's the same thing, right?
Yeah.
So we just start deleting stuff real quick.
So what happens if you leave it like that?
Oh, it's gonna loop all of that 4 times. So it's gonna do, yeah. So it's gonna run all those 8 steps and then do it 4 times. But we only need 2 steps, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, okay, I see.
So if I were to make it 6, where do you think you would end up?
Well, a square is 4. So I would do a square, and then it would go to 1 edge, and then 2 edges. So maybe she would end up down here.
Yeah. You're right. That's it right there. So that's the great thing about a loop, is that if you're doing the same math over and over,
Yeah.
just use a loop, because it'll save you time and your code looks a lot cleaner. It's a lot easier to
Okay.
read. So this is, like I said, something very simple, very easy, but it kind of gets you. I started on that coding, especially because coding is like very specific sometimes, and it could get a little bit confusing. Do you want to do anything else?
Yes. Can you do a circle instead of a square?
We can try.
Awesome. Let's try it.
So a circle is a little bit hard because of the way that it is, but I think I may have a way. Give me 1 second. Okay, I think I've got it. So I'm gonna delete that. I'm gonna start fresh. I'm gonna reset it just so I know where my character is. So let's try this. Oh, and look, this is great. When you click on the degrees and you don't know
The
your
number.
degrees, yeah, you can use this and move it around and I'll tell you.
Oh, okay. That's so cool.
Okay, let's see right here. She did a little spin.
What?
She did a little spin.
Ah.
If you put it because 360 degrees is
Yeah.
simple.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. Okay. And then, I mean, why do the girls need to know how to do this?
So it is very important because coding is becoming a very big part of our lives. It's starting. You can see it everywhere in real life. You can see it from a computer to your phone to a microwave. Anything that's electrical, it has coding in it. So coding is very important because we need them to function, right? In our everyday life, it's something as easy as this. For example, a light switch. Think of the light switch as the when run is if the light is on or off.
Oh, so like when flip type
Yes.
thing.
If I were to flip it, right, it's on, it runs the current into the lamp, right? So that's if lamp is on, turn on light.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
And if it's off, well, it's not gonna run the code, so it's off.
So what have you made with the code?
I actually used to build robots. I've worked in a lot of different type of Roblox. I've done Mindstorms, I've done Begs, I've done FTC. These are all competitions, by the way. But what they did is we had them little challenges and we had to compete with them. So we had to get really creative with it. And like I said, it was something as basic as when turn it forward. So it is a lot of these things that you see right here that you're going to be applying to those.
Oh.
So that's why it's very important to go back to basics, because sometimes we forget. It could just be simple as like turn right 360 degrees. But suddenly we overcomplicate it. No, it happens all the time. It really does.
Yeah, I guess I really did overcomplicate the little riddle that he had in the back.
Yeah, no, but this is definitely something, and I think, like I said, especially for the ones that were struggling last time, because it was a lot of commands, this could help them again. Okay, so this is I want my character to move forward, and you guys can get creative. It is on the actions you have 1, 2, 3, 4. You have 8 commands, right? But you can still do so much more with that. Yeah. You can get super creative. You can make Elsa go around the whole background. You can have her jump all over the place. You can. But that's your creativity coming in. That's when you want to say, I wanted her to do this. So coding is all about that as well. Is how do you see it? Because you see it in a way, I might see it in a different way. And that's the beauty about coding.
So like I said, girls, I mean, Frozen isn't the only one that we have in this program. There are so many more, and it doesn't only have to be you checking it out. You can tell your brother to come and check it out with you. If you guys have a laptop or a computer at home, it's a cool activity to do, especially if you get bored. It's something just to do to keep your mind off of it. And it's definitely to open you guys up to a whole new world of coding, where everybody has done coding at some point. I mean, sometimes movies that are animated, they have to use a code so that they can tell the animations where to go and everything. So whether you think about it or not, your coding is everywhere, and our world would not be that well, or wouldn't know what to do without that code. So that code is really important. Like I said, it tells us what to do, and I'm just so excited to see you girls try it out and see what you girls came up with. Once again, make sure you shoot a video of what you came up with and then show us what you got. I would love to see somebody try it a star or something. That would be awesome. So, I mean, see you girls later. And do you have anything else to say, Luis?
No, just keep creativity going and never stop thinking.
Alrighty, girls. See you later, Wonder Girls.